What is going on, guys? Old Shaman here, bringing you guys yet another issue of the Manga Alert podcast. This is going to be episode 8. We're actually going to be doing a chill cast tonight. We are just going to be doing a community cast. We're going to be talking about a few things that are going on in the manga community, just talking about a few other manga channels that are going on right now.
Roasting them.
Of course, we want to go ahead and stir the pot. We want to make sure that we call out some bullshit when we see it. We want to make sure that you guys are well informed here in the manga community. That's why we're the manga community's #1 podcast.
It's true.
And I can't say the only podcast. I can't say the only podcast.
Oh wait, before we start this, we gotta cue the music gear. Cue the music.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Theme song. Welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Just letting you know that was our opening theme for this week. Smash Mouth All Stars, one of my favorite intros of all time. I'd have to say.
Top 10 anime intros.
For sure, especially in the music video. I love that anime so much.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, apparently we have there's a couple new podcasts in the community, and
they're bullshit.
I don't know how I feel about it. They got some cool people on the podcast. I guess it's the Indefinite Podcast. I don't know what it's called.
The Indefinite Hiatus Podcast.
Ah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched any of it.
I watched. I think it was like a 50-minute podcast. I went ahead and I watched it, and they had some really cool people on it. Like they had RX, they had Apollo, and then they had M3L. So they had some really cool hosts on there, but as far as the topic that they were talking about, I'm not trying to dig into the podcast group or to their idea, but the whole shonen manga dying bullshit, I completely disagree with.
Well, honestly, after watching, I'm pretty sure it was just Apollo's idea, because most of them were arguing against him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because like the whole point of the podcast was to state that the shonen manga industry is just it's not the same as it used to be. But I don't know how anyone can say that when One Piece is like one of the most sold mangas of all time,
and it still gaining.
Dragon Ball Super is closely gaining on it, so it's like, well, really, honestly, is shonen manga dying?
No.
The funny thing is, I can't believe that people think that a genre of that aptitude is dying. Yeah, you're gonna get some bad shit, but on top of that, there's some good things
there's always
to kind
been
of
bad
topple over that.
Manga.
Like I know I've been like I can't do the manga of this, but I've been watching the anime and I've been loving it of My Hero Academia.
Oh,
I consider that.
Really?
I told you I was fucking watching it. I don't hate it.
You're a hater. Okay, because
I never fucking hated it.
For a while, Taz.
All right, we're getting a little bit feisty in here.
Taz read like the first volume of My Hero Academia, and then he sold all his volumes because he hated it so much.
I only own 2 volumes.
I was gonna say
before that, I was just going to say that there are a lot of great stuff out there, and even though that there's a lot of new stuff that's coming out that is not as good, I think it's because that all of the good stuff is kind of it's great in its own sense, because it basically you can't really top that. I feel like we're at a high point with shonen that there's not really a way to go over that line unless something spectacular comes out. I think we're just at this line where everyone's just wanting more, but they just can't find it because we're at a line already, or a point where we just need to cross over.
How do you mean, Taz? How do you mean?
How do I mean?
How do you mean? What's this line that has yet to be crossed? Because like I understand what you're saying, but like in terms of shonen manga, like the shonen formula has been around for, let's say, 30, 40 plus years, and Dragon.
Yeah, but
it's the same people that say that every shonen is just a copy of Dragon Ball Z. Well, you have to understand is that not not one story is completely original. I mean, most of the time, stories take influence from other shonen mangas, and from what you're saying is that there's a fine line where shonen manga has already reached, and that there's no other way of going past that line.
You can't pass fairy tale. You can't do it.
That's actually the opposite of what I was trying to say.
What I was trying to say is just with Dragon Ball Z, that was up there for some time, but then something overpassed it that went beyond the line or the boundary that people set for shonen. That's what I'm saying. But how do you mean?
Like, are you talking about sales, or are you talking about like just in general?
Like the quality.
Just in general, story quality. I'm not talking about sales at all. If we're talking about sales, then you got, all the big three still up there and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, the big three doesn't exist anymore. I mean, let's just put it this way. It's One Piece and Dragon Ball Super in Japan right now. But for a while, it was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. But that sort of just kind of phased out a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Taz. It's just coming from someone who... I read mostly shonen and seinen manga, so I feel like I have some sort of opinion on this. Not saying that yours is invalid, it's just the fact
Taz just hates everything. That's why he hates Bleach, he hates JoJo, he hates My Hero Academia,
But he does like the anime. Okay, let's put it this way. I hate My Hero Academia. I hate My Hero Academia, but I enjoy watching it.
Who said I don't hate it? Yeah, I never said I hated it. I don't hate it at all. What do you mean?
You made the video, you called it like My Hero Crapidemia.
I was joking.
My Hero my gosh. Oh my god. Who came up with that one? I feel like that's a gear meme right there. Jesus Christ.
No, I call it My Hero Academia.
My Hero Crippling Depressiania.
Hey. Well, we forgot to mention that this podcast is sponsored by Kiss Anime.
Oh yes, Kiss Anime. Now go support Kiss Anime's Patreon, supporting all free weebs out there. I highly recommend you go and check out Kiss Anime.
It's an unlimited supply of all the anime you can want.
Go watch the latest season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the best in terms of shonen, I would have to say. Highly recommend it. Go watch 5D's card games on motorcycles, because why not? Alright, so going back to my first point in the beginning, Indefinite Podcast, like I said, I went ahead and I watched it, and I'm not trying to bag on any of their stuff that they do. It's cool that the manga community is sort of grouping together, I guess you can say, and trying to get people on board with discussion and such, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the topic, but other than that, some cool people. If you guys, I won't leave a link in the description because advertisement, but
fuck them.
If you want, go check them out. Go see their 50-minute discussion of why they think shonen manga is dying.
Well, I mean, it wasn't most of them didn't think it was dying.
Let them find out for themselves. Let them go watch it. Okay. Anyways, there's that.
In other news, that question was simply answered by Insidious Swede, which he just said no.
Oh yeah, it's funny because after that podcast was uploaded, Insidious made a video on that same day, and basically said, I mean, he could have just made a video. Anyone could have just made a video that was like 3 seconds.
I was actually honestly after I saw Apollo's video on the podcast, I thought I would make a video about it, but then Insidious beat me to it and said basically what I wanted to say. So
exactly. Anyways, shonen manga is just way too influential, and I mean, despite the fact that it's targeted towards a very young male audience, it still has a very big following here in the States and also on the East Coast. Like, I mean, it's just like Japan and the United States combined here in the West. Like, shonen manga is still super popular to this day. But anyways, that's moving forward from that topic and moving forward from the Indefinite Podcast. We are still though the #1 manga podcast here in the community.
It's true.
We are the #1. All right, so if you want to get your Manga Alert news, make sure you guys are following us every day, all day. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube.
It may take a month before you get an update, but it'll happen.
That is true. So just going into some Manga Alert news, I guess you can say. We are now going to be doing a 12-episode sort of format for the Manga Alert cast. So we're going to be organizing the current podcast that we have in our playlist, and we're just going to be calling it Season 1. I'm actually going to ask Gear if you can go in and probably edit some of the thumbnails to change them to look like,
Really?
maybe
You're making
edit.
me change 7 thumbnails?
Just go, actually it's 8, but go in and just kind of like edit in Season 1, underneath the playlist,
Piece of shit. Fine.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a story for another day.
Does that mean he has to edit all the voices?
Oh
too
yeah,
now? So
we
say
have
season
to
1?
get Microsoft Sam in the beginning of the video to say Season 1.
I'll go
Season
to
1.
every single time we say the name of the podcast and just edit in someone saying Season 1.
Yes,
There we go.
of course. But anyways, we're now going to be doing a 12-episode format for each of these podcast seasons. Just because many of us have, jobs, work, school, and many things going on. We don't know exactly when the next episode of Manga Alert's going to be coming out, so just got to bear with us. Anyway, next week we're
probably
going
going to be another year before the season ends.
That is true. Next week we're going to be going back to the traditional manga discussion, but this week is going to be more of a, like I said, it's going to be more of a chill podcast. So
Yeah.
anything else going on in the community? We met
there's one dude I have a bone to pick with. Okay, his name is Taz, and he used to make cool videos all the time, but now he just streams Osu.
Yeah, I don't feel like making videos.
All great people must fall. It's just like Julius Caesar. Beware the Ides of March, or I guess in this case, beware the Ides of August.
It's just easier. It's easier to stream when I have college and stuff to go to.
Sure.
Yeah, Taz, when are we gonna get a manga video from you? I mean, you are a host on the Manga Alert podcast.
Didn't he quit the manga community?
Oh, that is true. Well,
Yeah.
he quit though. He was in the Manga Alert podcast before, so he wasn't completely out of the manga community. So.
No, I said I was still going to be doing this. I'm still reading manga. I mean, I can do a couple of manga reviews if you want me to.
But when are we going to see some more manga videos? Because I genuinely want to see some of that.
When are we going to see some Bleach?
I mean,
videos?
you got your Osu community. What about your manga community? What about the people who dedicated their lives to your channel? Like you're supposed to support them, man. You're supposed to. Who said anything about you being happy? You make your fans happy, okay?
Fuck that. I don't make anyone happy. I make myself happy.
Exactly. That's a little take on Angry Joe's channel. Some Angry Joe drama about how no angry reviews are coming out on his channel. I find it very funny that a lot of the time it's sort of a double-edged sword. A lot of the people in the community expect you to make content for them, but anytime you want to try something different, and I see this format on not just the gaming community, but also in the manga community.
Oh yeah.
And I have very big examples of this. Like I try something new on my channel other than a manga haul video or a manga review or your typical anime discussion, and those tend to get very consistent views. But if I want to do, like, say, a comic book collection or a comic book review or a movie review, those tend to not get as much notoriety, if that makes any sense. And so,
I know, I get what you mean, because like a lot of people will only subscribe to you for, say, collection videos or like in my case for fairy tale videos. Like I actually lost 10 subscribers after I uploaded my fairy tale review, because I'm pretty sure that's all people wanted to see from me.
So Taz, this is where it kind of comes full circle. It's like, you want to genuinely kind of break away from the mold of the traditional, like, oh, here's a manga haul every month, here's a manga review every 2 weeks. It's cool that you do like Osu and gaming live streams. They just tend to not get that notoriety. I think we can all agree on that. And it's just like it sucks sometimes, but it's like
Osu's a trash weeb game anyway.
Trying to establish any sort of community here on YouTube is that the YouTube algorithm has changed dramatically to where you can't get the views that you'd hope for, and so you end up turning into Double 4 and For Neverworld, where, and sorry to cut you off, where you're just pumping
just
out, where you're
Boruto
just
Dragon
pumping
Ball.
out videos every single day. You're pumping 5-6 videos out, trying to get that view count out, trying to get all those.
And it's all on the most popular stuff too. Like, I'm willing to bet that a lot of these big people don't even want to be reviewing some of these stuff, but they do it anyway because it's the most popular. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a pretty big, strong feeling that even with Double Four and for Neverworld's case, is that it's hard now for any sort of community to grow here on YouTube unless you meet a certain criteria. Like, you are just like an expert at video editing. You like know what you're doing. You have prior experience. You have quality videos. You have good equipment. Those are genuinely the videos that get viewed more than the ones that just set up their, their iPhone and on a shitty tripod, and then they talk into the screen and just cut maybe 2 seconds of the video and then upload it. I mean, that takes no effort whatsoever, and usually they don't do too well. So it's just the YouTube algorithm has changed to where you need to be the best at what you do, or else you just won't have any shot of doing anything in the manga or any sort of community here on YouTube.
Yeah, and there's also, like, as communities grow, like, things become really saturated. Like, I feel like the manga community, there's just, like, a lot more people here than there used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Always uploading the same type of videos, and when there's so many, collection videos and reviews of a certain series, then the views will be far more spread out and less people will be watching your stuff because there's so many other people.
Compared to what it used to be back like in 2014, 2015, there are just so many incoming manga channels. And I mean, there's this one chick, I forget her name of her channel. Was it Staryu? Staryu. I just discovered her channel the other day, and I was just like, well, geez, I wasn't even aware that this channel even existed. But it's because of the YouTube algorithm. I mean, if you don't, like, literally, the only time that based on the way videos are viewed now, is that they're not viewed based on the amount of tags that you put into your video. Used to be that where if you put, like, manga tag, collection tag, people would view your video based on those tags. Those don't mean those don't mean shit anymore. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
It now depends on the category that you put your video in. So half the time there's no manga tag, okay? There's no
there's no manga category.
There's no manga category on YouTube. So you're basically limited to just TV and animation or entertainment is basically the two categories that you have, which I feel the way that those categories work is that you have so many other videos in the entertainment category that just overshadow any sort of video that you're making. So if you're a small-time YouTuber, you're not going to have any of those videos featured at all.
Yeah, like I mentioned, like my channel, like people came, when I first started my channel, people came pretty fast, but I wonder, like, if I started it today, if the same thing would happen, and I don't think it would.
It would be a very slow start, but see, Gary, this is where you fit in the category of new YouTubers, where you have editing skills. You're able to make a quality video in the amount of time, and push it out, and then have people genuinely watch it and like it.
Yeah,
that's just...
because there will always be people who will stick around because they like the person making the videos and will watch them regardless of what the topic is, right? That's why like most of my videos will always just get a couple hundred views at least. But then if I do something like a big like a fairy tale review or a collection video, it'll usually get like, you could go up to a couple thousand views because that's what most people are here for.
Definitely. But see, geez, Taz, are you alive? Hello, Taz?
I'm here. I'm listening.
I think he was falling asleep there. But see, this is my next point, is that I tell Taz this all the time. Like, he has editing skills, and yet like his videos average like 100 views. I'm like, well, geez, this guy. It's YouTubers like this that deserve to have at least some more channel flow going on. But
and then you have, like, for Neverworld, or Chibi, who, barely edit their videos at all.
Literally what they do is, I don't even think they use any sort of editing besides unnecessary jump cuts every 5 seconds, but...
Well, I don't even think they do that. I'm pretty sure they just, record themselves for 10 minutes.
And they never...
And then, add a fade at the end.
People for Neverworld have no fucking clue what they're talking about, and half the time they have no... They have no sort of point. They just sort of jump around and say, oh, well, whatever. So, yeah, Yeah, like, the reason they pump out 5 to 6 videos every day is because and they're like short little 5-6 minute videos, is because they have nothing good to say. They have no sort of point in any of their videos. It's just absolute trash. I
get it's their full-time job, so they have to keep making videos, but like if it were my full-time job, I'd put a lot more effort into my videos.
But see, they don't have to, because they're the big big faces of the anime community. They already have their communities established, and they don't need to do anything else. I think the most editing I saw for Neverworld do was with his rap career, if you're gonna copy me, which I don't even think he edited the video. I'm pretty sure he probably paid someone to do it.
Not.
But
probably not. Oh yeah.
He had a rap career.
As you can tell, it was pretty short-lived because he deleted all of his videos, and they're now floating amongst on Reddit and the world of the cyberspace. So, anyways, that's a topic for another day.
But in Double Four, like a long time ago, I used to think Double Four puts a decent amount of work into his videos because of the editing, right? But then when I did a parody of Double Four's style, it was like, it took me no time at all. I'm like, okay, this is just lazy. Like, like, what the fuck?
It's like, okay, I'm gonna be here for hours doing this.
Now the one dude who puts tons of effort into his videos, we got Misty Chronexia.
Oh, yes.
Top 10.
Hello, everybody.
Misty.
Welcome back to
Misty
Misty
Chronexia.
I can't even do his accent because it's so weird.
He can't even form a coherent sentence. Half the time he's just like running all of his words together, and I get it, he's got an accent, but it's like when you can't even understand what he's saying, it's just like, all right, great.
Most French Canadians can speak in coherent English with that accent. He's just like.
Anyways, so I wanted to talk about a few other channels here today, and like I said, I wanted to sort of stir the pot a little bit, and
oh shit,
I wanted to talk about Lotus. I wanted to talk about his channel and his content.
Lotus,
yeah, because genuinely,
Persona 5 fanboy.
Well, here's the thing: I love Lotus and his content a lot. Like I genuinely enjoy watching his content, and I genuinely think he's a pretty chill dude. But he's sort of diverged from the manga community. He's sort of at the tail end to where he's like, all right, he's partially into the DBZ community, and then he's also impartial to being in the manga community still. But this is where I'm going with this, is that like his manga videos don't tend to get a lot of views, and I've noticed this in a lot of people's videos, is that his DBZ content tends to get a lot more views than anything else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so he's been more inclined, from what I've noticed, is that he's been more inclined to kind of do like DBZ reporting, or the next Naruto Shippuden game that's coming out.
Wait a second. There's a difference between. Honestly, I think he's just really passionate about what he does.
Like I don't think he does the Dragon Ball for views. I'm like, he's definitely really
I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just like saying he's definitely being more impartial to do DBZ videos than he is, for the manga, the manga collection stuff.
I'm looking at his channel now. His most viewed video is only 2 months old, and it has 150,000 views, and it's about the new Dragon Ball game coming out, right?
It's definitely that he's got a system, and he's got a good fan base, for his community.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd just be nice to see maybe some more manga videos of him, but I think he's trying to kind of go around with the fighting game community as well as the DBZ community. So. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is, and that's going.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I mean, if he can do whatever.
Oh well, sure. That's again going back to what I was talking about, and how the fans.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
The fans, are like it's a double-edged sword, really, because the fans are like, oh well, we support your content. We pay your bills for the people that make careers of this stuff, but.
Because like his manga tag he made a couple months ago, that doesn't even have 1,000 views, right?
You have to understand is that YouTube creators are not, they're not robots, and they're not like, hey, video pushing machines where we're like, oh yeah, you need to make this video or else, we're gonna unsubscribe. That's that's great and all.
The people who keep telling me to read Blame, shut up, I'll Do it at some point.
But at the end of the day, though,
Dude,
it's like, you know, this is just it's a hobby and it's for fun. So
Yeah, unless you're for Neverworld and
oh yeah, for
got
sure.
the baby,
You guys
you
feel
got
like-
your baby Morgiana, you got to support.
Do you guys feel like the manga community is slowly dying at all?
I would say
No, I
it's
just
growing, if anything, because I've seen
Yeah, like it's growing, but I think less people are like getting really big, but there's more
For
smaller
sure.
channels.
No, I'm not. Wait, no, I'm not talking about big. I'm talking about not like I know the manga community is growing. I'm just talking about the audience. I feel like the audience isn't really too connected anymore. I mean, even when I was part of the manga community and started making like full-on manga videos, no one was commenting or even responding to things and stuff like that. I tried to get people to respond and just
I'm
talk
gonna
to me
I'm
through
gonna
the
disagree
comments.
with that.
I don't know if I'm
because
just
a lot
small.
of the people like I'm just gonna name out a few cool guys here. Kid Named Jack, Epic Guys, M3L, Simply G, Taz, even you, Gear. Those people, like in a lot of my manga videos that I do, like just straight manga videos, like my manga hauls and stuff like that, they tend to leave a comment every single time on those videos. And I scroll through other people's manga haul videos, I tend to see the same people commenting on those videos.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Super Saiyan.
as far as the community goes, I would have to say the manga community is probably one of the most tight-knit communities as we speak. I don't think the audience is like decreasing by any means. I think it's getting bigger.
Not even the YouTubers. Like I see a lot of people who don't make videos who comment on my videos. Like I see them on other people's videos all the time.
Definitely.
Like,
So I would have to say
which
the
is-
audience
which
is
is
probably
always
growing, if anything. So
the audience is also changing. Like there's always going to be new people, like people who move away from manga, or people who just get into it and find
that's
new
what
stuff.
I mean. So
But also another thing, like you say, like how a lot of people aren't commenting and stuff. Like aside from manga videos, I never comment on videos I watch. So it could just be a case where people watch your videos and just because you're always going to get less comments than views, right? So I think
Yeah,
there's
you're
always
right.
going to be people who just don't. They may enjoy the video, but they just don't bother engaging with it. Like they might not like it or comment.
It's
but
all touch
they
and go
definitely enjoy
now.
it.
With the way YouTube's changed,
Yeah.
and now smartphones and stuff like that, people are on the go and they're just they take the time. Maybe
Yeah.
they're at work and they're just viewing your video and they leave a like
They could
or
just-
something like that.
They could just throw a playlist on, not even like get the chance to like or
Exactly.
comment because another video will play.
For sure.
But yeah,
More or less recently, I would have to say Insidious Swede's channel has probably doubled this year in just subscriber total.
oh yeah.
I mean,
he's been around for a
And
while.
he-
Like I would watch his videos before.
he's been around since
he's probably one of
2013, so he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
And his channel is just like
Around for a while, yeah.
exploded. Like he's one of the people
Mm-hmm.
who genuinely, just he increased in both watchers as well as subscribers. So
Yeah, and most of his videos get like the same amount of views. Like you can tell, like a lot of people just genuinely like his videos because it's him. Like he doesn't
for sure.
He doesn't get like specific videos that get a lot more. I mean, unless it's the collection videos, of course, because his collection's fucking massive, and I'm jealous.
Some of the stuff that I wish I had some of the money to just spend on all of that stuff.
Oh
but
yeah.
You get older and you get your priorities in one
Yeah,
place. So
When I made that decision just to stop buying manga and just get my pre-orders and stuff of things I already owned, I never realized how much money I was spending
Right. Well,
until I stopped.
if
buying
someone like
stuff so
totaled
much.
all the money I've spent on manga, I would probably kill myself if I saw that number.
speaking of that, Promise
Yeah,
Neverland's getting
yeah.
an English release, which I'm actually genuinely surprised
true.
because it's a pretty new series. I would say it's not. It has like
Well, it's been running for over a year now.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Usually mangas never tend to get that I want to say Attack on Titan
Yeah.
before it came over here to the States. Was it around 100, 200 chapters before it came out over here?
Oh well, it's the manga itself only has like 95 chapters, but
Okay,
I get what you mean. Like it was still pretty far on, and then it got big and they started doing monthly releases until it was caught up.
Yeah.
What about the Death Note all-in-one coming out
Oh
soon?
yeah, did you see that? It has
Yeah, I saw that.
enhanced binding technology.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
my-
can't
Oh,
wait to
God,
make a
did
video
Viz-
on that
did
right
Viz
there.
patent that? Like advanced
I don't
binding?
know.
Oh my god.
I don't know, but like they showed like them flip all the pages and it didn't seem it seemed all fine. I'm like,
The way
but
I
also,
see it is it's just an oversized Viz signature with a that's
But
basically
did you
all
see
I
how
see.
small it was though?
It was super
It's
small.
like
I
a,
was
it's like a
expecting-
pocket Bible.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be like the Nausicaa size of a Nausicaa hardcover volume or like a Fairy Tale Master Edition, but it's just like this
No.
tiny thing.
It's pocket size.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not tiny; it's 2,400 pages, but the size of the pages is smaller than the normal volume, which
And it's paperback too. It's not hardcover, right?
yeah. And I
Do
don't
you
know
even
about
get anything?
because Death
Do you
Note.
even get anything extra?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do we even get anything special with the thing, or we just get the manga?
I think you get a
I don't even remember.
statue.
It comes with an
it.
extra chapter, a
Oh,
bonus chapter.
okay.
I don't know
All
what it
right.
could be.
Wow, a bonus chapter.
Though. Maybe it's
I bet
probably
you
probably ties in with the Netflix movie, which
It's probably a light novel too.
the Netflix movie is probably out at the time you're watching this, guys. So go.
It's
watch
out today, actually. It's the 24th, isn't it?
Well, it's like
Or no, it comes out tomorrow. Never
yeah.
mind.
So
By the
go
time
watch
we get
it.
by the time we get this podcast out, it'll be out.
Yeah. Go watch it. It's amazing. I've seen an advanced screening because I'm a film critic, and it's the best movie I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
You mean TV show?
Well, no, the Death Note movie.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
a
it's a
movie?
It's not a TV show.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But no, what I was gonna say is that Death Note is like there's a shit ton of dialogue in Death Note, and like reading it on like a pocket-sized book, I don't know about that. That seems like it would strain my eyes.
Should
a
have
bit.
came with like a limited edition, like magnifying glass or something like
yes.
that. You know, that would have been all the more reason to purchase.
Yeah,
that.
like a detective magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
tie-in.
It defines. It has a beautiful silver slipcase, a perfect collectible conversation piece, a must-have for Death Note fans.
Collectible.
Contains an epilogue chapter that's never been before seen in English.
Although, I mean, I will give him like it is pretty cheap for what it is.
30. Well, yeah, it's $35.99, but I think I pre-ordered it for like $30.
Yeah, like it's $30, and even if it isn't the ideal way to read Death Note, I mean, it's still
No, it's not.
it's still 12 volumes for the price of 3.
Do you think this is going to be the kind of the unveiling of things like this now, like all Bleach, all one?
So I wanted to talk about this. Is like the whole omnibus and like single volume argument is like, you know, genuinely anyone can read in any format that they enjoy and prefer. Like the omnibuses are like a great alternative. You want a cheaper solution to your manga collection, but if
And I mean, some of them are like genuinely really good quality too.
like I guess the JoJo ones would be a great
Yeah.
example of the omnibuses. Although I would have still preferred them be in single volumes, I do genuinely like the way the JoJoniums
oh
look.
yeah, I would have liked them to be released faster, but
But yeah, I mean, hey, Viz got to take their pay cut. You know, they gotta make sure that they're making the money. So.
then you have shit like the Naruto 3-in-1s and all those. Ugh.
Well, see, that's
The
Viz's
Fairy Tail
way of
Master
just
Edition.
saying, like, here, people complaining about how manga is priced. Well, here you go. Here's a cheaper alternative for you guys to read these series, and that's basically what they are. So.
And I mean, I usually love reading Omnibuy, but only like when it gets the volumes are too big. I can't like the Nausicaa volumes. I could not picture myself taking them anywhere because I had to like lay it out on my desk like a textbook and.
I wouldn't take any manga anywhere.
The only omnibuses you should be buying is the Fairy Tale Master Edition.
Yes, that's true. Which this podcast is also sponsored by.
Kadasha has probably some of the worst fucking
this
prints
is
ever. Oh my god.
This is sponsored by Blair's server. Go join in the
yes.
description
Whoa,
below.
hey, we're not tagging anybody's crazy ass Discord server in this Manga Alert podcast.
It's great.
Don't
no,
join.
We had an argument. he was like trying to. He was like, Full Metal Alchemist is a lot like Fairy Tail, isn't it? I'm like, okay,
I don't know what the hell you guys have been doing on Twitter, but you guys have been starting shit
Oh.
nonstop with people in the manga community, and I'm just like, I'm sitting in
it's
the
been
back, I'm
beautiful,
scrolling
man.
through my Twitter feed, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on between these
I
two
really
people?
hope Blair starts making videos. That would be my dream.
Oh yes.
And I,
Oh wait. We're gonna get sued. Stop saying his name.
Oh shit.
Stop.
Do we need to go back to censoring more names and names in this podcast? Like, please, you gotta give Gear some credit here. He had to censor like 4 names last time in the last podcast.
That is true.
I didn't even watch last podcast.
Well, it just goes to show
What, the
how
Naruto one?
just goes to show how Taz is not going to be a permanent host here on the podcast. We are now recruiting.
Yes,
for
after
new-
season 1, we're doing open auditions for.
Yes,
for
we are
permanent
doing
hosts to
auditions for
replace
the
Taz.
next Manga Alert host. Please submit your application in the description below. Anyways,
I see how it is.
what else is there to talk about that we haven't already talked about? Oh yeah, where in the world is JB Manga? Honestly,
Oh yeah, he's
the
gone missing, guys.
the disappearing host that was meant to be here on Manga Alert. So I wanted to talk about this. Is that Manga Alert actually? We're gonna reminisce on the. We're gonna go over the birth of Manga Alert,
creation.
the creation in itself.
Genesis.
Yes, we're going back.
I wasn't
We're going
supposed to be
back
here.
in time. Go ahead and edit this into the video, Gear. But on Tuesday, go ahead and edit, our faces and then the Back to the Future theme with Back in Time. But don't do the original. Do a really shitty remix version of it,
No,
where it's like
Minecraft
piano
version.
or like a recorder version of it. Anyways, so JB was supposed to be one of the way Manga Alert started off is it actually the whole idea kind of was me and JB. It was me and JB's idea, and we were like, the way that we came about it was like, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if the community had a podcast? And because we were a pretty tight knit group with this Discord server. I'm not gonna give a name just because it's basically dead. But anyways, we sort of all met through this Discord server, and for a while it was probably one of the coolest places to be. And
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
we were
was
like,
there.
Taz, stop giving me more work.
we came up with
sorry.
this idea to make a Manga Alert podcast, and so we were like, all right, so we'll be the 2 hosts for the podcast. And then the way Gear got involved in this was like, we need someone who can just be our guinea pig, edit all of our videos,
Wow.
do all the hard work. And
You
just
you need someone with more subscribers to
with
promote it.
well, no, more or less the editing, but anyways, more or less, because if that were the case, we would have just hired Taz to do the podcast, edit all of our great videos, anyways.
Oh,
So we recruited Gear. We were like, hey Gear, you'd be a really cool guy to be on the podcast, and he was like, sure, I'll be on the podcast. And so we're getting ready to film the first episode of the podcast, and JB's like, oh, I don't have a computer and I have no sort of way to record anything. I
just realized this.
I was like, all right, well, that's cool. And so, like, right on the spot, literally, like, right on the spot, I messaged Taz. I'm like, hey, Taz, want to be a Manga Alert host? He's like, sure. Sure, I'll be a Manga Alert host. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to argue with it. But anyways,
There we go.
JB will appear one day. I don't know when he will. He's sort of dead in the manga community right now. He hasn't uploaded a video in, like, at least 2 months, I
Yeah,
think.
that's another thing. There's a lot of people who just haven't been uploading recently.
And
it's-
like it's honestly like just real life shit. I mean, and
Yeah.
I completely agree where people are coming
yeah,
from,
for
because
sure.
I'm even struggling to even push a video out because I've been going through
Right.
so much shit right now that I can't do it. Another great example would be the Epic Guys. Where in the world is he? He's been going through some shit, I guess, but he's been gone. So just a lot of people have been sort of dropping off on the face of the earth, but. Also, another great example would be Blood Type, which all these guys I would really love to get on the podcast. Like, these are some genuinely really cool
just
dudes,
never
but they're
online. Where
they're
are they?
never they're not making any videos, and they're just not online, and it's unfortunate. But
I actually text Blood a lot. He's just busy with work.
Right. Yeah.
well, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
That's
Taz,
usually-
were you
that's
not
usually
listening to anything we were saying?
I was agreeing with
Taz
you.
was like,
Me.
I text him all the time.
What? I was just explaining why he's gone.
Anyways, drop the bullshit.
By the
We're
way,
going to be announcing something right here, big. Manga Alert T-shirts
What?
are going to be coming out.
I can make
Just
some-
kidding,
I-
just
I
kidding,
can-
just kidding. We're not doing T-shirts quite yet.
Well, I mean,
Actually,
hold on.
I-
You can like upload
Actually, I
designs to Redbubble and.
Yeah, you can make T-shirts.
Yeah.
We just have to get a design.
Oh, we
Yeah.
could, but as far as like anyone like supporting it, I don't know. We get like what 100 channel views for like the Manga Alert podcast.
There'd be like one
then-
crazy person to buy it. It'd be like
It'd be Blair.
one
Blair.
diehard fan.
Blair.
Super Saiyan Savage might buy one.
and Blair.
He watches.
Coming up on the Dragon Ball Z podcast.
Blair actually just messaged me.
Oh,
You got any action anime I should watch?
fairy tale.
I don't get. I don't understand.
Black
I
Clover.
don't understand why he values my opinion so much. Because, oh god, whatever.
Is this the annoying Twitter follower that you have
Yeah,
that
that I
like has like
roasted.
over 500 Twitter followers and he posts like WWE shit all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching this, Blair. I love you.
Oh.
Yep. Better censor. You're causing more work for yourself, Gear. You're already
I'm not
having
gonna
to
censor
like,
Blair's
10
name. I
different
already
names.
made a 10-minute roast of
Okay.
him.
Oh, that is true. Same thing with Super Saiyan Savage, I guess.
He
Of
did.
course.
Blair did threaten to sue me for using his name, but it's his public Twitter handle, so I was like, yeah, whatever. It's your
Yeah,
fault.
definitely. All right. Well, let's see. What else is there to talk about?
Oh, Garrett, this is gonna trigger you.
Triggle
Someone
you?
just
It's
asked
gonna
on
triggle you.
Someone on this server just asked, "Is Dead Man Wonderland a romance?"
I mean, I guess it could
Well, it can. I mean, it's a really, really shitty one, but I guess it technically is
be. I mean,
in a way.
So is that does that mean it's a sojo?
Future Diary is technically a romance, I guess.
Who asked this? Where?
It's just on a server I'm on. It's called No Looting.
Gross.
Hey, stop giving free sponsorships to fucking Discord channels, Taz. We're gonna have to censor more and more Discord names.
Hey, come join my channel, Taz.
Please,
Who was
please do not join any sort of thing related to Taz.
Yeah,
He
it was like
will-
the other day.
got-
was it
he-
Deeply
he's-
Zinc?
He's got traps on
Deeply
his
Zinc.
server.
Yeah, the other day,
I do.
Deeply Zinc asked, like, should I get Dead Man Wonderland or Evangelion? I'm
The
like,
the
"Oh,
dude's
boy."
like 13, and you're recommending that he reads Goodnight Pun Pun. I was like, what the fuck, Taz? Like, seriously.
Well, I didn't say that. That was.
That was all. That
No,
was
I
all
said
Taz.
that.
But like, seriously, like, come on now.
Goodnight Poon Poon's a good adult series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great. It's a great adult series, and I just want to recommend it to a 13-year-old boy. Like, what?
I don't know what Pun Pun's about, but it'd probably fuck him up.
Probably.
That,
yeah.
that
get it
reminds
soon,
me,
though.
Gear.
It's a-
Are you going to be jumping on the Goodnight Pun Pun bandwagon here pretty soon?
Pretty soon, yeah. I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll have the series. I'll have it all because it's all out now,
Well,
right?
Volume 7 comes out September 18th, so soon.
Yeah.
Soon all the volumes are going to be out. But
yeah, that's
no, definitely. That's another
I'm-
great quality kind of release by Viz.
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely like the format
Oh
that
yeah,
Viz did
I'm
with
really
that.
looking forward to Pun Pun because Solanin was excellent. That was way better than Girl on the Shore.
Definitely.
I'm actually waiting on reading the latest volume that came out until all of it came out because I have it pre-ordered.
So, yeah, wow. September's going to be a busy month for me. I pre-ordered Destiny 2. I'm not sure if there's any Destiny people here, but pre-ordered that.
What if it's
Gonna be
shit?
playing that. I don't think it will. I think it'll be genuinely fun. I enjoyed the first Destiny. It had a lot of problems, but I think if they do everything that they promised to do in this one, I think it'll be a genuinely entertaining game.
There you go.
And then I also pre-ordered for the first time on a 3DS system the Return of Samus, the HD
yeah.
collection, or the HD remaster, not a
Well,
collection.
and it's not really HD on the 3DS, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah.
Needless to say. Anyways, I haven't bought a 3DS game in forever, but
Yeah, well, I
this
mean, they're
one
kind
caught
of
my eye.
phasing support to the Switch now, so, but...
Yeah, this one caught my eye just because it's been a while since a really sort of solid Metroid game, and I mean, we've played this before. It came out a long time ago on the Game Boy, but this is going to be sort of a remake of it, and it looks fun. So I went ahead and pre-ordered that, so looking forward to see what anything what anything. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm rambling at this point. But anyways, I'm looking forward to playing that game. So we'll see how that goes. And then
I don't usually pre-order games. I usually wait like a week or so after they come out before I decide.
Yeah, I mean that's smart. That's smart. Yeah. It's been a while since I've really kind of pre-ordered anything, so I went ahead and did those two. But yeah, as far as any games that I've been playing lately, Crash Bandicoot, I guess, was the last PlayStation game I bought, and then I also bought Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4.
Cool.
It's a solid port, I would say. It has a lot of new sort of features added to it. It's basically the PC version of Final Fantasy VII, but it has, like, I guess, new features where you can do speed battles now, and you can, like, over-level your characters so that you can make it through the game easier now, I guess is what they added. So it's like an easier version, but what comes with every single copy of the game, it's a digital-only game, but when you buy the game, you get a really cool cloud theme, and it's basically a remaster of the Aerith theme, and it's like the new HD Final Fantasy VII remake, and it's like really, really cool. So highly recommend if you're a Final Fantasy fan, check that out. But basically that's it for me in terms of games. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, well, recently I've actually been playing a lot of games recently because I have no job. I played the Crash trilogy, which was really fun because that was my first time playing the original games, and I got 100% on The Witcher 3 because I have no life. Sonic Mania was really good, and now I'm playing Gravity Rush 2, which is also really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, so that was one of the things I wanted to talk about as well, is like the Switch and how like there's some really good titles that are coming out for it. I'm actually thinking about investing in a Switch, just because Sonic Mania it's a $20 game. It's a digital only game. And it feels like a great game to kind of just pick up and go, if you know what I mean.
To me, like certain games just seem like the definitive version is on the Switch, because like you have Sonic Mania, which, I mean, the Switch and PS4 version, they're exactly the same, except with the Switch it's portable, right? Like
Sonic Mania screams portable to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me,
like
that's
I played
definitely
it
a
on
game.
the Switch, and
that's a game I'd like to take from my TV and just play it. And this is where the PlayStation Vita falls so hard, because they had a really cool idea going when they were like, hey, you can link it to your system.
It worked with some games. Like, they had a lot of great indie games there and a lot of good JRPGs, but overall it kind of flopped at what
it did, but this is where Switch just crushed Sony in this market, and that that you can take console quality games on the go. Like that just it's a cool idea. That's what I would want to see.
And it's paying off. Like, it outsold the PS4 and Xbox One in July, right?
So I mean, well, I don't know about that statistic. I don't know about
true.
that, but
it's true.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You talked about that. Do you have the article for that? Just out of curiosity. I'm not judging your, because it probably is true. Because I don't think anything good came out in July for the PlayStation other than like the Crash trilogy. Of course, those sales numbers are going to change when Destiny drops, I feel.
Yeah.
Just
anyway,
saying.
Taz, what have you been playing?
Same 2 games I always play.
On your new fancy computer.
He's a PC scrub. We're the scrubs, I guess. We're the console normies. He's a PC guy. Any Steam action going on, Taz?
I've been playing on PUBG, and that's been fun. That's it. Oh, I've been.
I think Taz had a stroke or something, because like he's like.
I've been playing GTA 5. That's been fun.
There you go. Oh, speaking of GTA 5, I sold my Xbox One earlier today with the GTA 5 because I.
Oh, where'd you go? Did you go to GameStop?
Oh, fuck that. No, I just.
Did you get your $50 store credit?
I was just like on Facebook. I'm like, guys, I'm selling an Xbox One, and then someone was like, hey, I'll buy it. I'm like, okay, you're an idiot.
How much did you sell it for?
I sold it for like $250.
That's pretty cheap.
That's not bad. I mean, well, $250. I mean, that's about half of the
cheaper.
Half
it's
the price
cheaper
of the
than buying it
console.
at the store, so it was a deal. But I wasn't gonna try to like sell it for super expensive. I mean, it was like the OG 2013 with the brick power bar.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, with the Kinect and everything.
Oh no, it didn't have a Kinect.
Gotta love it. Oh, no, it didn't? I thought it always came packaged with the Kinect.
No, like shortly after the launch, they released a version without the Kinect. It was the same thing, just without the Kinect. Cause,
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Alright.
man, can't wait for that Xbox One X, though. Oh, boy.
See, I got friends at work who are talking about that, and they're just like, yeah, man, I would really like to invest in it. But here's something that I found hilarious. So now, Sony patented Blu-ray, and Xbox One X is going to have 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Okay, and the new Sony PlayStation, the 1 terabit one that has the 4K support,
Pro, yeah.
does not have 4K Blu-ray support.
Ooh.
Now, how does that make any sense? When Sony patented Blu-ray, and yet their system does not even have 4K playback, but the Xbox One X does have 4K playback.
Weird.
So this would be one of the only reasons I'd invest in an Xbox One X, and that is because it has 4K playback with the Blu-rays. And let me tell you, some of the 4K Blu-rays look fucking sick.
And you're forgetting Minecraft in 4K, which is the #1 reason to buy the Xbox One.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I hear people talking about this all the time, is that they may not play Xbox One games, but they definitely use it as like a Netflix and DVD player because it has those features that Sony does not have. Like,
well, I mean, Sony
you get
does
a
have all
company,
those things, but it's not as you know.
Well, they have all those things, but they don't have 4K playback. Yet Xbox One X does. So, like, to me, that just seems.
Most people don't even have 4K TVs.
Well, you need a 4K TV to play those systems, so it's like, well, you gotta have those if you want to even do that. But still, like.
Well, you don't need a 4K TV to play them. It's just, why would you?
It's the support, you know. It's just the idea that you'd be able to plug it in and be able to play it. Anyways, but I found that hilarious that Sony, a company that owns Blu-ray and basically, you know, manufactured it, don't even have it in their system.
Every division of Sony right now, besides their gaming division, is shit.
It's definitely not managed well, I would say. It's like
especially Sony Pictures is a mess. They had their only hit of the summer was Spider-Man, and they barely had anything to do with that movie.
Well,
except
it's
for
because I thought Sony had no involvement with the Spider-Man movie because I thought Marvel bought back most of its license stuff.
No, like Sony still has the movie rights to Spider-Man, but they sort of signed a deal with Marvel for them to make the Spider-Man. It's still distributed by Sony, but it's still under the MCU.
I'm sure if it were up to Sony, they would not want to have multiple Spider-Man movies pour out every single freaking year, starting a new line of Spider-Mans. We've had the first Spider-Man trilogy, which started in 2000. So since I've been alive, I've gone through 3 Spider-Mans.
3 movie.
And I've watched, let's see, there was 2 of The Amazing, so that would mean 6 Spider-Man movies in my lifetime. Why? Just why?
And also,
too much.
But some of the movies, Sony had Baby Driver, which was great, but it was never really going to be a big hit. But then they had Emoji Movie, which I saw. Taz saw it too. So Taz knows how great it is.
Dancing.
I didn't even bother.
That didn't do well. And then they had The Dark Tower, which is one of the most wasted potentials ever.
Movie flop.
There's 8 Dark Tower books. They could have turned this into potentially another huge hit like Harry Potter, but instead they put all the books into a 90-minute movie and just
it's basically what they did with the Aragon series and any other book trilogy series. Yeah. Oh my god, that movie was horrible.
And I don't know why they do it, because you look at Harry Potter, they're like, okay, well, what they should have done, they should have adapted the first Dark Tower novel, and if it did well, they could make more, and if it didn't, well, whatever.
I just think the director that they put behind the Harry Potter movies, because it actually changed hands after the second movie. After the second Harry Potter movie, it it went from, because Warner Brothers I think actually did the Harry Potter movies for a while, but it kind of shifted over halfway.
Well, it was always Warner Brothers. Why haven't they changed directors every couple movies?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, movies you don't even have. It doesn't even have to be a good book either, because you take the Twilight series, horrible books and horrible movies. Okay, and it becomes a multi-million-dollar sale, but it still is a shitty movie.
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, because I mean these movies and the way that they're marketed is so that they just push them out and people go see it. They hate
Hunger
it.
Games.
And yeah, I mean that's another great example right there. I mean, piss poor novels in my opinion.
They weren't.
And they just multi-million-dollar hits.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we basically talked about everything that we needed to talk about today as far as the Manga Alert podcast goes. Anyways, guys,
we didn't really transition that well into the aftercast. We just sort of started talking about games, but
I mean, this was a chill. This was a chill cast. This was a community cast, so we're just kind of talking about general things. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna be going back to the traditional manga topic here in the next couple of weeks. So just expect that. And once again, once we hit the 12th episode, which will be our season finale, expect a lot on the 12th episode of Manga Alert. We're gonna have
crazy.
we're gonna have like
JB.
we're gonna have like
JB make a cameo.
hopefully that would be nice to have him on the season finale.
We could have try to get Blair on, have a good fairy tale debate.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do the end of
maybe
Fairy Tail
that'd be
Marvel.
nice, and then get a couple of guests on the podcast. Maybe get like 4, maybe get 5, maybe get 10. Who knows?
Yeah, but no, Taz just mentioned we were originally gonna do a video on the end of Fairy Tail. We might still do that. Although,
I mean, the season. I would say the season finale maybe could be a final Fairy Tail, like Fairy Tail Part 3. I guess be you got to make it a trilogy, right?
there we go.
Fairy Tail Part 3, but we don't even have a Part 2. So let's do a. Guess we get. Hey, the sequel's always better than the original.
So I
just
guess
gotta
all
look
you
at it
people
that way.
who only subscribe to me for Fairy Tail videos, you stick around.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us once again tonight here on the podcast. I'm just going to throw out a few sponsorships before we end it for tonight. But basically, we have the channel Discord. So if you guys want to check that out, we have the Manga Alert Discord. It'd be really nice to get some discussion.
It's so dead. Please.
It'd be very nice to get some discussion going on in there, just saying. So we'll go ahead and leave a link to the channel Discord in the description below, along with our channel links, our personal links. We got, once again, we're joined by Taz and Gear and myself, Old Shaman. So believe it's going to be going up on Gear's channel.
If anyone wants to be on Manga Alert, please contact one of us and please give a detailed description of what you want to talk about so we can be ready to talk about that certain series too. But
best way to do that, go on our Discord. If you want to get front and up and personal and talk with us, please join the Discord. We're always open to allow guests here on the podcast. We might have someone who's really cool joining us. It's that one channel I was talking about earlier. We might have her on the next podcast, so just expect that. So anyways, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I think we're going to end it here. Thank you for joining us yet again for another exciting Manga Alert podcast. Once again, Old Shaman, Gear, Taz. Have an awesome one.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Anyways, have an awesome one. Peace out, guys.
Alright, see ya.